like a really gorgeous tech demo, but it's starting to reveal itself as a full game. At the time of making this video, a bunch of new gameplay videos have dropped, and it seems interesting. It's still a bit too early to tell, but the concept of you just kind of being a regular girl thrust into this weird fantasy world and using these cool powers, it's kind of almost like Infamous, but like you're a mage casting magic. Seems pretty cool. Not to mention the fact that like just the visual style, the dialogue, the music, the art direction, all of that seems to be top tier, big budget AAA stuff. We're just hoping that the actual meat of the game, the gameplay, the exploration, and that story can really live up to what on the surface looks pretty cool. Forspoken is releasing on PC and PS5 as of right now. The news reports that it is a 2-year PlayStation exclusive, and we'll be playing that May 24th, 2022. Next, over at number 4, we have Stalker 2, Heart of Chernobyl. Now, the Stalker series is an absolutely legendary PC series. It's what a lot of PC gamers think of immediately when you think of the early 2000s games, and just how it pioneered open world, kind of survival horror, resource management stuff in like a fun post-nuclear disaster world. And it seems like they're doing it again, this time with a crazy budget and sick graphics. Recent videos with this thing running in Unreal Engine 5 look absolutely insane. We've seen little glimpses of gameplay with some combat versus human and mystical otherworldly things, including weapon attachments, using items. And if this is anything at all like the original Stalkers, it should make for a really intense experience. And now, thankfully, it has the graphics and really the mood and the atmosphere to really fill in the blanks and sell what made the original game so special. There's still time to play the originals if you never have, but we'll know for sure if this one is legit when we play it April 28th, 2022. Next, over at number 3, of course, you know we were going to mention it, Dying Light 2. After so many delays, it seems like they finally got it locked in. And, you know, the long story short, the reason why we're excited for Dying Light 2 is because we like the original game so much. Not only was it just a good old solid adventure open world game that kind of took the zombie formula and spun it on its head, but it was also supported with a ton of cool post-release content, and it was like the game gift that kept on giving. Now, with Dying Light 2, it seems like it's taking that fun core gameplay framework with the parkour and the action and the violence, and adding a lot more RPG and story elements to it. You making decisions on how to help out these micro-civilizations that have cropped up after the viral outbreak. It looks like it's very much trying to do ambitious things with your decisions, and who you help and what you do will actually change how these societies or these factions work. Not to mention the parkour moveset has also been upgraded, and there's only melee weapons. There's no emphasis on guns because we're so far past the original outbreak that things are kind of broken down now. We're pretty pumped. We've talked this one to death, and thankfully, hopefully, we'll finally be playing it February 4th, 2022. Now, down to number 2, we have Horizon Forbidden West. Now, this just looks like an absolute blowout compared to Horizon Zero Dawn. It looks like they're taking everything but making it bigger, badder, and crazier. As you can see here, the combat and the action looks absolutely stunning. The amount of destruction to the enemies, the enemy types themselves, the speed of it all seems really cool. Not to mention the beauty of the world. It's Aloy on a new adventure, new regions, new cultures, and apparently more of an emphasis on questing and towns and RPG stuff that we love. Apparently NPCs are going to be much more interesting this time around. Me personally, I liked Horizon Zero Dawn quite a bit, but I didn't love it head over heels. This one seems like it's really going to take it to the next level. Thankfully, we won't have to wait too long either. It's releasing February 18th, 2022. Now, finally, at number 1, of course, it's Elden Ring. What more can you say about this long-anticipated game from Software, the people behind Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Sekiro? This is their next big thing, and it's very much taking this Soulsborne formula and framework and putting it in an open-world setting. And from what we've seen so far, it doesn't look like they're half-assing it. It doesn't just look like Dark Souls, but in an open world. Now, the way they've talked about how they're designing the bosses and how the flow works from the open world into dungeons seems to be pretty creative and also freeform, giving you a lot of choice. There's a jump button now, which is insane and really changes things up. The summons look cool. Everything about this game looks cool. If you're a fan of these games, if you're a fan of From Software, there's really, I can't say anything. There's nothing that you don't already know, or there's nothing else to get you excited. You either know or you don't know. You're in or you're out. Fingers fingers crossed there's no more delays on this one, and really every single other game in this list. But Elden Ring is releasing for all the major consoles on February 25th, 2022. But we also got some bonus games for you worth mentioning. Of course, Destiny 2 is getting the Witch Queen update expansion